The Canadian Football Hall of Fame induction weekend coverage on the Ticats Audio Network.
And we're here at the Canadian Football Hall of Fame induction for the Ticats Audio Network. Louie B alongside smiling Hank, Henry Burris, and we were just catching up with some guys in 2015 East. I got to start there. 2015, no. That was a fluke play, right? Come on, that was just lucky. That was just luck. Miracle on Bank Street, more like luck on Bank Street.
We were actually 100% on that play all year, 2015, but we planned everything out that we did. But you know, when you have teammates that are consummate professionals, they bring their lunch pails to work every day. You know, they look at little things like this. We plan for moments like that. We knew our opponent inside out. We knew our opponents being the individual players and how we were going to attack it. But you know, when you do those things at all, when you put in the work, it equals success, and we're just thankful that it went for us on that given day. That
year didn't end the way you wanted it to, but in 2016 you come back. What did that year mean to you?
Wow. I mean, there were a lot of ups and downs, but we never lost fact of the perspective that we went into that season with. The fact that we were the 2015 representative of the East in the Grey Cup, and I think it was regardless of us going through the ups and downs and dealing with all the injuries, you know, having a quarterback breathing over your shoulder because, you know, they said you're too old, you're 41, you can't do it anymore. But the thing is, all those things didn't matter. It just mattered the fact that we had the culture in that locker room that regardless of who was on that field, as long as you wore the red-black colors, we were all focused on one goal, and that was getting back to the championship, but making sure we brought it back to the capital city. And honestly, once we got it full strength late in the year and we finally made that run and got ourselves back into the Grey Cup, it didn't matter who stepped on the field. It could have been the Marvel superheroes on the other sideline. We knew in our hearts that we were the favorites and going to do whatever it took to get that victory.
What does it mean to have your bust join the faces of the people we're surrounded by here?
I mean, I'm not ready yet. I honestly am not ready because, you know, to me, when you talk about true vindication as far as in your career, it's knowing that you're amongst, you know, to me, the true pillars of the Canadian Football League, the men that have left their footprint much bigger than mine as far as in this league to allow me a place to call home and to build my career as far as to continue building my career, you know, from being a young man who, you know, so badly wanted to be a professional quarterback, you know, to know you know, for me, like the Warren Moons, the Damon Allens, the guys who paved the path for me, the Conridge Holloways. I mean, I can continue on and on, the Matt Dunnigans. I mean, I'm super thankful and honored, but yet humbled, you know, that now I'll be amongst them in the same fraternity now.
Let the record show we put Matt Dunnigan beside us here just for comparison. Yeah, he's just to keep our
that's awesome.
We got Matt
he's listening. He's listening.
What do you remember? What was your favorite thing about playing in Hamilton when you played here, and your least favorite thing about playing in Hamilton when you didn't?
It was the fans and the fans. You know, when you're on their side, they're the best. They are the best because I still remember playing in good old Iverwind Stadium and having the dugouts and, you know, even having the fans on your side. There were some times when they'd get after you, especially if you weren't winning games. But, you know, but for the opposition, it was even worse. And but for me, honestly, I still remember that 2013 season when we played in Guelph. And we had no home stadium here within the city limits, but still our fans traveled. They made that 45-minute drive over to Guelph each and every game, and we sold that place out. And I still remember the monsoon game against the Edmonton Eskimos, and I still remember the Wind Bowl against the Owls, the Montreal Alouettes, as far as in that game. And so even though we dealt with all the conditions, it was not going to hold us back from getting to a Grey Cup that year. Of course, we didn't win it, but nobody gave us a chance to even make it. And we found a way to get the job done, and we represented the East in the Grey Cup in 2013. And it's all because of the passions of the fans that we embodied.
You're going to be in the Canadian Football Hall of Fame. Who's in the Henry Burris Hall of Fame that helped you get here?
Wow. Well, I've always talked about when I first became a Calgary Stampeder, I signed my contract and I arrived in Calgary for my first Grey Cup. When my phone rang, the first person on the other side was Damon Allen. You know, first and foremost, he's the guy who I'm most excited to be side by side with. He made the first call to welcome me to the CFL. He recorded the video to welcome me into the CFL Hall of Fame. I mean, you can't beat that. And to see all that he did, all the lessons that he taught me, both as a man and as a quarterback, I'll never forget it to this day.
And to get to do this with John Huffnagel, with Nick Lewis, with Orlando Steinauer, guys you know very well, the classes of 2020 and 21, what does that mean to you?
It means everything. And to know even a guy like Fred Childress, who, he protected me for so many years, and, Chill pulled me to the side, hey, get your tail over here, let me tell you something. But just all the little things that he taught me, I still hold on to it. And when I saw him, I ran up and gave him a big hug, and it was just super exciting. Him, Will Johnson, a number of guys, Coach Huff, love Coach Huff to death, and he's one of the inspirations behind me still coaching today. So to know that, that brotherhood that still exists, even though I didn't play for the team in the end, the fact is it goes to show you that it is a big fraternity. It is a big brotherhood, and we make a commitment to each other to make our journey the best it could possibly be. And here we are experiencing the best of the best because of our great teammates and the culture that we were part of in Calgary to wind things out.
Have you seen your bust yet?
I'm going to get emotional when I do. I'm not ready for it yet. No, I haven't yet. I
just want to know if they got the gap right. I just
better. I know. You got to have the gap.
Hank, thanks for doing this. Congratulations.
Thanks so much, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
This is a special presentation of the Ticats Audio Network. Coverage of the Canadian Football Hall of Fame classes of 2020 and 2021 induction ceremonies.